So I've just driven a very short distance, so I like to do this when I come here because you just go like you're off the plane. Just from the airfield, which is at the southerly tip of the island, mainland Shetland, at Sumborough, and I've just driven up this little road and it takes you up to Sumborough Head, which is an RSPB reserve with the lighthouse and things up here. And it's lovely just to come to this sort of southerly promontory and everything, and it's a little bit wind and all that, and you just get some nice fresh air into your face after being on the plane and everything. So yeah, there's white sand beaches in little coves and things that you see, especially around the airport. Most of the landscape is this sort of rugged cliffs that come down into the sea, and you've got the seabirds that nest in the cliffs. So sorry if it's a bit windy, but they've built this new thing that seems to be like a new hut that wasn't there before, and then you can walk up. You can pay to go in the lighthouse, I think, but you can walk up and go explore all that area up there as well. So yeah, so I've just parked there, a little free car park. So this is Sumborough Head on Shetland, sort of mainland Shetland on the southern tip. And it's the most southerly point of the sort of Shetland cycle trail. And somebody has cycled up here with like a whole load of stuff, like way down on their bike. The panniers and that, they've got like tons of stuff. Yeah. So I have been up here previously and seen puffins, but I don't know if there'll be any today. It's the 11th of June 2025. Okay, we got puffins. Puffins. Just sitting on the cliff top right in front of me. Look at that. Right there. Yeah, so the past few years I've been here, there's been no puffins, but today the puffins are here. And they're just right there, look. I'm standing, I'll just zoom to like a normal view. I'm just standing here, and they're just right in front of us. I can reach them. Yeah, loads of puffins, look. It's just floating off. Oh, there they go. So as we climb up here, we can start to see where the airport is, which is down around this little bend here. So just from there. I've still got my shorts on. I mean, it's a breeze. It's 12 degrees. So it's just before 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon here at Sunborough Head, and the airport, Sunborough Airport's down there. If you can see, there's also just in that area 2 fantastic sort of discovered ancient settlements with the ruins are still there and all that, just in that area. Nice little flowers I noticed just along the bottom of the dry stone wall here. So we're just going up to where the lighthouse is now, at the top up here, and you get a better view of the layout of the airport over there. That's the airport. The plane I was on was going to hop to Bergen, so some passengers would stay on. A lot more sheltered on this side than where I was down there. The wind must have been coming battering in that way. Sort of sheltered here. There's some diggers like clearing out a bit of area of the road there, maybe making a passing place or something there. Look at the lichens on the rock there. You've got the orange lichen, and you've got that one, a bigger one. Incredible, isn't it? And there's a third type there. That one, the orange one. Look at this. Yeah, amazing. So this is a big RSPB centre, and you have to pay to get in the lighthouse, but it's free to just explore the grounds and the area. Yeah, the sea looks calmer on this side, so it must be sheltered from the wind. Whereas on the other side, we looked at those puffins, the wind and the waves, and the birds could hardly take off and land and all that. I mean, look, hey, but I tell you what, look at the amount of birds flying in and out, constant stream. Amazing, isn't it? A constant stream of birds in and out, in and out, in and out. Wow. There's a puffin just past me. So some little steps here you can go up and just peer over the wall and have a look at some of the birds. There's all mixture of birds nested, some puffins and these other seabirds. Yeah, when it's sheltered here, it's really nice and warm. There's no, it's not, yeah. Yes, you have to get a ticket if you want to go and wander around the lighthouse and all that. There you go. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna head down to the car and just like drive a little bit to 1 or 2 little beaches in the area, still on the south of the island, but before heading north towards Lerwick direction. 10% of British seabirds breed in Shetland. Thought I'd give you a shot. Like, that's one of the runways. I guess it depends which way the wind's blowing, but the runway goes that way, and then fact, one of the roads, this road you have to cross the runway, which I'll probably have to do in a minute, depending on whether there's a plane landing or not. They close the road. You cross the runway just here. You go drive around the back of it there, and then down there. But that's only one of the runways. Another one runs the other way. But they're quite short, so the braking is quite hard when it lands. So this is the road that crosses the runway, and it's closed a minute because there's a plane about to take off. So the plane's gone right at the end here to get the maximum length. There's a Logan Air one. It might have even been the one I got, you know. And it's about to take off now. And right opposite this visitor centre to one of these old ruins sort of things, like Iron Age villages. There's a couple of them. The tide seems to be down. Low tide, so the plane's getting ready to sort of go on the runway. So it's not that runway I showed you before, it's the one they're going across. So here we go, off it goes. And once it's gone, the road will reopen. We can drive across the runway to then get across the north. So there's a man from the hut, look. He's going to open the barriers now that the plane's gone and let us through. So we can get through. But I just thought I'd stop here to show you that, to get out of the car to show you. So they're opening the gate now. He's physically, manually doing it. And you can drive across the runway and head up north. Of course, it might only be a small window because it might be another plane landing. So yeah, but I'm going to go, I think maybe to that beach over there. So I'm not going straight north now. I'm just going to stay in this little area. Just go and see if I can have a look at that little beach there. There's lots of little different types of beaches. There's a couple just where we are. And this visitor centre is, these are sort of recreated stone huts and what have you here. It says it's closed at the minute. There's a bigger one down there. You have to pay to get in. I don't know if you've got to pay to get in this one, but you can sort of see the stuff from here. I just thought I'd show you this, yeah. While that was happening with the plane. So this is Old Scattersbrook Iron Age village. So there we go. So it was uncovered when they were building the road here. It was 1975, but I think it was 400 to 200 BC, roundhouses, and lived in until AD 850. So you're talking about more than 1,000 years people lived here. But it became buried in the sand and then preserved, very, very well preserved in the sand when it blew. So I can see they've just closed the runway again. So they let a few cars through and they just closed it again. So there must be another plane coming in or taking off. Don't know, we'll see. Yeah, so it's like a little visitor centre thing here. Purely open, something open for the season. What does it say? Open Fridays. You know, open Fridays. Open Fridays, yeah. And you can see more of it here, the ruins and things here. Yeah. But there's a much bigger Iron Age village, as I say. And I think it's open more often. You have to pay to get into that one. Just down that way. It's all near the airport. Just you know, in the grounds, really, the area of the airport here. Right. Okay, so I'll go and head over that way. Just some typical views on Shetland. Yeah, there's like this freshwater lake here. Well, I think there is a bit of a link maybe to a beach there, a little draining out. And then that side there's like a beach, a sandy beach with dunes down there. I don't know if you can drive down there and park it. It looks like the road's okay, but we'll have a look. Down there, this is like an RSPB hut. Lodge of Spiggy, it says. See if it's open. I don't know if it's open. That's it. it's open, yeah. So it's sort of decorated. It's got a list of birds that have been spotted, different dates. So you can open these, but wind will come in. Let's have a look. Oh. Open and just sitting. Yeah, right. Okay, that's good. So I'll just. That's a lock of Spiggy. Oh, looking at lock of Spiggy. It says. The birds to look out for. Yeah. Yeah, so I just drove down there from that little hut over there. You know, completely empty little car park thing. There's only me here. Imagine this anywhere else. And there's nobody here. And there's like a white sand beach. Let's go and have a look at this. See what this looks like here. Completely, there's nobody here. We're still at the south part of the mainland, Shetland. I've just been exploring. There's just little drives and little things in this area. I mean, look at this. There's nobody. I mean, look. There's no wind. It's like a very sheltered little spot. There's nobody here. That's it. It's just me and the birds. It's got the lovely sand, lovely white sand dunes. The sea's clear. You can see. Look, the blue. Look at that. You can see how mostly it's like a rugged thing, but then in little inlets. Sandy beaches like I'm standing on now, and over there there's one. So just like, so mainly rugged. So it's very varied, and you get these lovely little beaches, little sheltered beaches. Some are very inaccessible. You have to walk a long way to get to them, but that one's dead handy, isn't it? Just park there. I'm straight onto the lovely beach, sand dunes to run up and down on and all that. Play. Let's go and have a look. See what we can see in the water. The tide's down a little bit. Completely deserted beach. I'm here by myself, and loads of different birds and everything, and then completely clear water, just tiny little wave, you know, tiny little just lapping water basically. There's no big waves coming in. It's a sheltered little inlet. It's a sort of like boat anchored there, little fishing boat thing, just anchored there. Sand dunes, and then houses have got a nice little view down onto the bay from up there. So when I climbed to the top of the sand dune, I could see over, and you get the view of that freshwater lake, the Spiggy, Loch Spiggy. that hut I was just in down there. And then just between that and this, there you go. So yeah, very nice. Well, that's a view of the beach I was just on, and the spiggy there, look. So I've actually just driven around and up here now to this top road. I'm going to head up to St Ninian's beach, which is an amazing tombolo, like a sand spit. So we're going to have a look at that. But that's just showing you where I was just before. We're going to head up that way now. So yeah, we're here at that's St Ninian's Isle over there, and this is the sort of tombolo. It's like beach sandy spit. So a spectacular example of shell sand tumble in the British Isles. And the archaeological remains of the island from the Iron Age. It was inhabited until the 1770s, but now there's nobody who lives on the island over there. But actually it's not an island very much. The sand spit does, you know, it's only breached occasionally during storms, very high tides, so it's not really an island in a way. You can always get across, apart from the odd occasion. So yeah, so we're here. Of course, there's lots of caravans and things here, and a lot more cars parked because it's a big beach, kind of spread out. But compared to the other place I was at last time, I was the only one there. But this place is famous in terms of the, you know, you've got the sea on either side of the sand here. They've got this little spit which runs across to the island up there, which you can then walk across and explore. But there's nobody who lives there. You can see quite a few people walking across it. Look up there. People exploring the rocks and things. Look. So this is just a little, like, you know, a little bit of the way up north from the southern tip at Sunborough where I was before. So we're sort of progressing towards Lerwick, up mainland Shetland. So probably after this I'll drive up to Lerwick and sort of check into the hotel, see what the lie of the land is there and all that, and then decide what to do from there. Because you know, I've got emails to deal with and jobs to do, but also, you know, there's light, and so, you know, exploring a bit, walking around and all that. Yeah, so we've got the sun sort of breaking through a little bit. On that side and the sea on this side. And quite a lot of, I can see these like jellyfish blobs here. It's a jellyfish. Quite a lot of them. Yeah. Washed up. Like there. So it's 11th of June 2025, and this is sort of St Ninian's sort of beach here on mainland Shetland. There's a lot of islands, it's what's called the Shetland Islands, and some of them are connected now by road bridges, but some are not connected and you have to get the ferry across to them. This one is a sand spit across to St Ninian's Isle, which is the one behind me there. Okay, so I'm going to head up to Lerwick now, check into the hotel. I just wanted to note this is Lerwick now, and I'm just looking from the hilltop on the road, approach road into Lerwick, across the town. So just so you can see the setting of the town of Lerwick. Right, okay, so we're at the Shetland Hotel, which is just there, and they're opposite the main ferry terminal. You see the lorries and all that in the back of that. So I'm actually about to, we're just leaving. There's two ferries, that one there, that side is just pulling away. I don't know if you can see, it's like minutely moving, so the smoke and that from the diesel. So that one's just off it goes. There's the other one on that side, the lorries on, that's still here. So it's just leaving that right there. Anyway, so I'm going to go and check into the hotel. I think the reception is up on this floor, where there's parking here, rather than the ground floor down there. So there's a couple of big, well, medium-sized hotels here in Lerwick. There's this one, opposite the ferry terminal and the port area. That there is the Free Museum, the Lerwick Museum there. But then there's another hotel, which is kind of in the distance, other area, the kind of nearer the older part of the town and everything. Anyway, there we go. Yes, that ferry's pulling, reversing back out there now. Heading out. Most cars here are hire cars. So I think the reception's just here on the right. I'll go and check in. Yeah. The Shetland Hotel. Hopefully I've come to the right one. I'm not booked in the Lerwick Hotel. Alright, let's go and see. Yeah, so I've just checked in reception here, and then I'm going to go down to floor 2 where my room is. So this is 4th floor, yeah, so going down 2 floors, 3rd floor. Alright, down here look, somewhere that's like a restaurant down there, grill and bar down there. So 205, so let's go and have a look down here. Alright, harbour suite. Look at all this. It's very red. 204, 205, there we go. Right, that's alright, so there we go. Not bad. Hot chocolate and biscuits. I've just been told that with my room there's a £40 dinner allowance, so I'm going to get dinner. And then that's the ferry that was just leaving. That's probably going off to Aberdeen. That one, I'm not sure. Could be going somewhere else. Yeah, off it goes. So we got the view of the ferry terminal now. Look, but yeah, TV, little cabinets and things. Yeah, it's all nice. Just switch the light on. Is that the light? No, that's a towel rail. Towel rail's on. Boiling hot. There's the lights. Bit of lights. Slide the door. We've got a nice smell. Soaps and things like that. Look. Bath. Shower. I tell you what, it's really hot in here because that towel rail is red hot. So, you know, it's heating the bathroom up, the heat. Yeah, so it's 6 o'clock and that ferry with all the lorries on is just leaving now. Looks like a sort of specialist one, cargo, and that for lorries. That one, the other one had more cars and people on it.